Hello everyone, my name is Ben. You're welcome to my C programming language tutorial. Today we are going to learn the C programming language as usual, and this has been a language I've been learning for a while now, and most of us have learned a lot. But today I just want to write something very simple, something that will not be making use of system calls. We are just going to write a C plain program, okay? A program that will just be all about C, okay? Using data structure of C called arrays, okay? And arrays in C programming language are a way you use to organize or plug in data into the memory you allocate for yourself. And there are different types of arrays. There is a one dimension array, there is two dimension array, and three dimension array, okay? But today we are gonna write program that will have to do with one dimension array, two dimension array, and three dimension array, okay? So I hope you guys is gonna love it so much. So you stick as we proceed. Make sure you are using the Linux operating system to follow up with this tutorial, okay? Because everything we're gonna be doing here is in Linux operating system. Without further wasting of time, let's dive straight into it. Okay, I will just clear my screen. All right, so Control U to clear my screen and Control L, and that is it. So I will make a directory for myself. I'll call this directory arrays, okay, because we are working with arrays, okay? So I press enter key, that directory called arrays has been created. So I'll do my cd, which stands for change directories. So where are we changing to? Arrays. Press my enter key. If I do ls and press enter, I see that there is no files inside these directories. So what we are going to do next is to use the touch command to create a file, and I will call these files, okay, 1d underscore 2d underscore 3d dot c. Okay, so the 1d here stands for one dimension array, the 2d here stands for two dimension array, and the 3d here stands for three dimension array. So in this program, it's not going to be a very long program, so but it's going to be something that everyone have struggle to know how to build them. Okay, I just like combine all of them in one videos because I don't want to make them in separate videos. Okay, so I'm combining them in one videos, and each and every of them will be in one source file. Call this 1d underscore 2d underscore 3d underscore dot c. Okay, so I press my enter key. You will see that this file has been created. I like using the Vim editor, which is a command line editor in Linux. It's very powerful, and world-class programmers use it a lot, okay? And I love using it because that is what I'm pretty familiar with. If you are using Emac, Nano, Pico, or any other editor, or even Visual Studio in your Linux, you are free to go. The code is the same, okay? You just know how to navigate through your Visual editor. All right, but if you are using Vim along, then good luck. Let's do this. So I'll say my one, then the name of the .c file. Okay, remember that you must put this .c, else our computer won't understand when compiling our code that this is a C code. So the .c tells the computer that this is a C programming source code. So I'll press my enter key. Now you can see we are inside the Vim editor mode. All right, so I will just drag this little thing. Oh yeah, drag it to the left. Also drag the other one to the left also, okay? So I don't want them to disturb us while we code. So I press I for insertion key. I will just include, okay, hash, which stands for, this hash stands for preprocessor, which I've been explaining all this while writing code. So I will say inclusion, okay, inclusion, which is actually spelled include. And what are we include? The stdio, because we'll be making use of the printf function. So this is the only function I will be including in this program, main. I have to write my main function, which tells the program counter where to start to execute our code. Okay, I will just pass in void because I'm not accepting any argument from the terminal. So and that is it. So I'll press my enter, curly brace, open curly brace, press enter 2 times, write my return 0, and I press enter and I close this block of statements. Alright, so come up here again, I'll press my enter key. Now we can start creating our array. So first one will be a one dimension array. So I will say all this array will be of type int. In our next program, we're going to do 1 dimension, 2 dimension, 3 dimension array of string or character, but this one is going to be of integer. So I will just comment this. I will just do okay, as we go, you guys are going to understand this. Okay, say 1 underscore d, which is 1 dimension. Okay, open square brackets. Then I will say this 1 dimension array will just be given, which should be equals to open curly brace. So I will say I'll just pass in the number, let me say 20 comma 30 comma 40 comma 50. Okay, I think let us do it to 100 though. So 60, 70, 80, 90 comma 100. So I will just close this and put my semicolon. So this is what we call I will comment it here at the top. I'll comment it. So this is what we call 1 dimension array. Okay, so this is what we call 1 dimension array. Okay, I did not include any memory size here, so automatically it will include it for us because we as well initialize it as well. Okay, so I'll press my enter key. So I'll do a simple print f here, which I will say 1 dimensional array. Okay, /n. All right, and close this. Then I will do before the /n, I will just do new line here, and I'll close this semicolon. And the next thing is to print the array, which I will do open curly brace. Then the array is say which should be a for loop. This will be under a for loop. Okay, so we do for loop, open, I'll create an integer of I, say equals to 0. I'll say I. Once I is less than the value here is, if we count this value to get the actual size, here is 1, here is 2, here is 3, here is 4, here is 5, here is 6, here is 7, here is 8, here is 9. Okay, let's start it. Let's make it 10. So I'll just do 1 0 comma all right, so it is now 10. Okay, so I will say if I is less than 10, which is correct because I is 0, automatically I is less than 10. So we'll now do I plus plus. Okay, I will close this. I will say since then we are printing to the screen. Let us put it in a block of statements. So open curly brace, we'll say we are printing to the screen. All right, okay, we say percent d, which is a format for integer. Then I will just say okay, percent d, close this comma. Then I will pass in the array, the 1d, which stands for 1 dimension. Say underscore d, open array. Then I have to pass in I because I will be the increment of the index of the array. So I'll close this semicolon. Then we close this, and that is all. So this is 1 dimension array we wrote. Okay, this is what we call 1 dimension array. Okay, so once this is done, we are done with this code. The next thing is to write 2 dimension array. So we also print to the screen. Okay, and open, I'll put 2 new line. Then I will now say two dimensional array. All right, and that is it. So now we have to create a two-dimensional array. Okay, so inside here I will just create an array. I will say which is of type integer, and this array should be called 2_d. Now two-dimensional array will take two square brackets. So the first one will be, let's give it this first one 3, we close, and the second one should be 4, and we close. Okay, all right, so we are gonna initialize it as well. So we say open curly brace, we come down there to initialize it. We say open curly brace. All right, I will press the enter key. All right, so we say under the first one, okay, under the first one we are initializing it a value. We say okay, we say the value here is 2, comma, let me give it let me just give it the same number. Let's say 10, 20, comma, 30, comma, 40. Remember, we are taking 3 rows and 4 columns. So once we are done with this, we close this. I will put a comma. All right, a comma to separate it. Then we'll press enter. We open it again, and this is the second row. Then we say 50, comma, 60, comma, 70, comma, 80, and we close it again, put this again, and now the last row. Okay, then we say 90, comma, let me put 20, comma, 50, comma, and 90 again. Okay, and we close this. Okay, so this is the this is how it should looks. Then we press our enter key, and the next row, which has to do with open brace again. Okay, there are 2 ways we can do this. Okay, we can plug the values according to the index of the array. So let's do it that way, but this way might look somehow confusing to you guys, so let's do it that way. So since we have declared it, we just press semicolon and we press enter. Then we can say 2_d. Okay, first array, which is 0. Okay, and second array, which is 0 also. We say this is equals to, we can plug in values, then semicolon, we press enter. We can say 2_array_d first, which is index 0 of index 1, and this way is more understandable. So we can plug in 20, semicolon, press enter. We say 2_array 0, okay, open bracket 2, and we close this. We can say equals to 30, semicolon, and when that is it, 3 rows, 0 to 3, 4 columns. So the last one, we say 2_d, okay, 0, okay, the open bracket, then 3, and we close this. So we say equals to 40, and this. So once we are done with this first one, we press again. So let me just comment this code up here. Okay, let us comment it. So we do /* first row and first column. Okay, column is paired column, right? I think so. Yeah. So this first row and first column. So we have plugged in values to the first row and first column. So press enter now. I'll just comment again. Second row and second column. Oh no, this column is spelled C-O-L-U-M-E and second column. So now it's time to plug into the second row and second column. So we say underscore D. Now this will be under this will be 1 now. Remember here was 0, which is every computer starts reading from 0, so here will be 1 now. So we close it, open bracket 0, then we plug in values here, 60 semicolon, we say 2 underscore D, we say the same one, okay, open again, then we say 1 here, and we say is equals to 70 semicolon. Okay, 2 underscore D, open 1, close, open, and here will be 2. Okay, I hope you guys understand the concept here. Okay, so we say 80 semicolon. This is how datas are being organized in C. Most time when you are using array to build a database, these are most how we do it in C programming language. Okay, so the last one, which is 2 underscore D, okay, index 0, okay, first and the last one, which is 3, and we say is equals to 90 semicolon. All right, so we are just plug in into the second index. Okay, so now we put a comment again, and we say third row and third column. Okay, so we say 2, okay, that was wrong spelling. Okay, 2 underscore D, column, now 2 column 0. Okay, so we say here should be let's give this 25, let's say 15, and 2 underscore D, open bracket 2, close, open bracket 1, close, say equals to 25, and 2 underscore D, open bracket 2, close, open bracket 2, open, close bracket, space, equals to 35, and the last one, underscore D, open bracket 2, close, open bracket 3, close, equals to 45. All right, so this is it. We just create a two-dimension array and plugs in value to it. Okay, so the next thing now is to print this two-dimension array. So I will just comment it. Let me comment it from the start. You know, when we print this one, we do not comment it. So let us we create a for loop. Yeah, it was commented two-dimension array. Okay, that is a lot of comments there. So all right, it's time to print. So to print it, we have to create another for loop. The for loop is going to take 2 integers of I and j. So I'm going to do int of I should be equal to 0 semicolon. You say I less than what? I should be less than rule, which has the I have to be a rule, and that rule, remember the rule here is 3. Okay, remember when we declare it up here, the rule here is 3 and the column here is what? 4. So we go down, we say once I is less than 3, which is the row, that means we are in the row section. Okay, semicolon, then we say I plus plus and close it and open curly brace. Then we enter into another for loop. We say int j equals 0 semicolon. Now say j, and j is less than j is less than 4, which is the column. Okay, we'll now say j plus plus. Okay, now under the j is where we are gonna print. Okay, under the j is where we are gonna print. So we use our print f. Say print f. So we say %d. Okay, and we close it, and we'll pass in the name 2 underscore d, first array, which is I, close, and second, which is j. Okay, and that is it. And once we're done with that, we close, and under it we print a new line, \n, and we close. All right, and we close the total structure for loop. So this will help us to print out all these value according to the tables of rows and column. Okay, so now the last one, which is we are going to print again. Say print f. So we are saying we do \n, supposed to put a string, we do \n. So we say this should be 3 dimensional array. Okay, \n. All right, and that is it. So press enter. So this side is, this last one is the 3-dimension array. Okay, we have created the 1-dimension array at the top here. This is the 1-dimension array, and we print it using a for loop. We create the 2-dimension array, and we print it using a for loop. Okay, you can see the for loop here, and we are now in the 3-dimension array. So we declare the 3-dimension array, which is of type int, and we call this 3 underscore d, and it will take in 4 square brackets. So the first one, let's give it 2 source. Okay, or we can give it 3 source if we want. Now let's give it 3 source. Okay, let's say 3 source. It's gonna make the program big though, but no issue. 3 source, and we say then the rows and column here, let's give it 4, and let's give the column 5. All right, so and we'll now initialize this. The way of initializing a 3-dimension array is pretty very different. You say equals to, press enter key, and we can now put our curly brace, then enter into the curly brace and put another curly brace. Okay, now this curly brace is where our plug-in data is gonna we're going to initialize it. So the first one, I will say I'm initializing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so the first row, remember this is a row. Okay, and the row here, first row, this is first row and first column. Also this one is first row and first column. So we are accepting 5 column here and 4 rows. So we just done that. You put, and we put a comma. Okay, now we are accepting the second one. Okay, okay, we are supposed to enter another curly brace here. We'll wipe this. Now press enter. Yeah, this is ought to look like. Okay, so we say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we close, press enter. Now the second row, remember, is 4 rows, so we are entering 6, 7, 8, 9, let me make this 0. Let me make it to start from 0, so that I don't have to stress myself plugging higher values, but you can change the values if you want. Okay, so I'll move 5 here to be 4, so that the values will be well okay for me. So I'll say here should be 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and I close this and I put my comma. Now this is going to be the third row, which we take in, I will say from I'm going to start from 9, say 9 comma 8 comma 7 comma 6 comma 5, and I close this. And the last row, which is the fourth row, so I will say 4 comma 3 comma 2 comma 1 comma 0, and that is it. Okay, so this is the first row, so we close this and put comma. Right, we close this and put comma. So this is the first row of the first source. This first source is all this, so this is the first source. All this you are seeing is first source, and the rows and columns are this is the rows, 5 rows, okay, and these are the columns, 4 columns. So we just initialize the first source. Now the second source, okay, okay, we open bracket again and we press enter, and open curly brace again. Okay, all right, so we plug different values here. So I will say 10 comma 11 comma 12 comma 13 comma 14. So these are 5 values, so I'll plug in that. I'll put my comma, okay, open it again. So I'm saying 15 comma 16 comma 17 comma 18 comma 19 comma, and I'm done with that. Comma again. So the third row now, I will say 19 comma 18 comma 17 comma 6. Okay, that is not 17, this is 17 comma 16 comma and 15. Oh, sorry, 1 5, that is 15. Then we close this comma, press enter. Down the last row of the second source, so we are saying 14 comma 13 comma 12 comma 11 comma and 10. Then we close that. And the next thing is to close the second source, put comma. Now the third source, open, press enter. So the third source, so we say 20 comma 21 comma 22 comma 23 comma 24 comma, we close that comma, and we open again. So this thing might look so somehow for you guys, but this is how these programs are being written. Okay, all right, so there is no too much headache in this. It's just a matter of you following up the process. Okay, so we say 25 comma, I'm just plugging values of my choice. You can plug any values you want. 26 comma 27 comma 28 comma 29 comma, and we close this comma. Okay, now the third row, which I will say 29, move backward 28, right, 29, and it should be 28 comma 27 comma 26 comma 25. Yeah, now the last source of rows and columns, so we say 24 comma 23 comma 22 comma 21 comma and 20, and that is it. So we close this and we put our comma, I'll press enter, and we close it again and put our semicolon. Now you can see how it is arranged. Okay, this is how the 3-dimensional array is being arranged. Okay, so now it's time to print it. So we'll use our for loop again, open brackets. We are going to create integer of I, j and k. So what I will just do is at the top of here, I will just declare int I comma j comma and k. Okay, semicolon. I just declare this. This is just a ordinary declaration of variables, local variables. So I will say I equals to 0 semicolon. If I is less than the source, remember the source is 3, and we say 3 semicolon, then I plus plus, then we open brace and press enter. Okay, and press enter, then we enter another for loop which has to do with the j equals to 0 once j is less than 4, which is the rule, then which is the row semicolon. I'll do j plus plus, and I close this, and we enter, open curly brace and press enter. Then the last for loop, which will be the k equals to 0 semicolon once the k is less than 5, which is the column, then k plus plus. Okay, I hope you guys understand this concept. And I open another curly brace, then we're gonna do our printf. So we do the print using the printf. Okay, right now we say %d. We just put \t just to make it more beautiful. Okay, I'll just close this, and I'll do, and the name of the array is 3 underscore d. First one is I. Let me make the screen a little bit smaller so that it will fit the screen. I close. Second one is j close, and third one is k close. Make it a little bit big, smaller again. Then we close this, and that is all. A little bit smaller again, and we press enter and close the brace. Then we press enter again. We would like to just print a new line to make the output more clean. So I will say \n. We just close this semicolon, press enter, close the second braces, press enter, and also print f a new line here to make things just look clean. Okay, and close the last curly, for loop. Okay, all right, so this is it. Very clean code about how one-dimension array, two-dimension array are being created in C Launch. All right, so this is it. Okay, you can glance through the code slowly like this and see how I did the one-dimension, two-dimension, and three-dimension array. Okay, so let's compile this code and run this program. If there's any error, we'll come back and fix it. Okay, all right, escape Shift:\WQ to exit, save and exit. Clear my screen. If I do ls, you see we have our file. Then it's time to compile. Use the GCC compiler, the name of the file. Okay, then we are output it to be called 1d underscore 2d underscore 3d, which is one dimension, two dimension, and three dimension. Press enter key. Okay, we have some errors here. So where is our error? Okay, in the printf we didn't print semicolon, and it expected curly braces, close curly braces. All right, so let's go fix that. Right, that is not much of an error though. All right, so press my enter key. Where I for insertion key, where did I not put semicolon? Not here. Okay, I've seen where I did not put semicolon. Yeah, okay, inside the semicolon. Okay, all right, so let's compile. I'm having low battery, guys, so let's compile. Okay, let's go compile now. If there's any error again, we'll come back and fix it. All right, so that is the program GCC 1d underscore 2d underscore 3d.c -o 1d underscore, which is the name of the program, underscore 2d underscore 3d. Press enter key. Okay, so this is our code. It is at line 65. So let us see at line 65 where we are making mistakes. So let's go to line 65 and see. Okay, line 65. Okay, line 65. All right, yeah, we are supposed to put comma here. Yeah, put the comma. Coding is not easy though. Most times these are mistakes I make, typing mistakes. Okay, forgetting to put something, and our code will compile now very fine. Now we see ls we have our output. So let's run this program, guys. I'll do ./1 underscore d. I press my enter key. Now you can see if we go up, okay, this is the 3-dimension array. You see how the table of rows and columns are well arranged. If we go down, okay, this is a 2-dimension array which didn't look beautiful because I didn't put space, and this is the 1-dimension array which also didn't look beautiful because I didn't put space. So let us put space to make it more beautiful. Okay, all right, so I'll just escape. I'll just bring up the code and recompile it. Let me go and fix that real quick. Okay, so we'll go to the top of the code where we do the 1's dimension first. So I will say I for insertion, then I will come here. After it prints, let's run a /t as tab. Okay, so to make it more beautiful, in the 2-dimension array, okay, after it prints auto, let it gives a tab /t, and I think that is all we need. Compile this code again. Code runs ./1. Okay, I'll press enter. Now you see, let's check it now. This is the 3-dimension arrays, well organized. Now you see the 2-dimension array, well organized, and the 1-dimension array. Okay, let me make this screen smaller so that it fits. You can see it. Sorry, now you can see it. Clear the screen and run it again. Let me make it more smaller. All right, so I run the program again. ./1 tab. Okay, you see the 3-dimension array, you see the 2-dimension array, and the 1-dimension array. So guys, if you love this video, give me a follow up on my TikTok channel. Share this video to your friends, loved ones on TikTok, and also subscribe to my YouTube channel, which is very, very important. Subscribe to my YouTube channel if you want more of this. Okay, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Okay, so see you guys on my next video. It's been educational hanging out with you guys, and love you all. Have a nice day. Bye.